Yeah, because EA, they essentially their policy is buy the competition and then not give a crap what kind of crappy product they put out, as long as they're making money. They really don't care. Like, I'm a big Madden guy, and they do that with Madden every year. Ever since they bought out the competition, got the exclusive rights, they put out crap. Because, like I said, they don't have to worry about anyone just making the game. EA. Like when they shut down Bristol. Yeah, Unreal. I mean, not that Frostbite's bad, but for what they made, yeah, the engine just was not the right engine to be using for it. They should have used Unreal. I definitely agree with that. I wonder if maybe they didn't do it because money, like a lot of them, because they figured, oh, Frostbite. Which I don't see how it would be cheaper, because it's still, compared to using something that's already there, can already be used, and it's ready, very little extra work done on it. Just completely adapt one for a game and spend, in my opinion, probably twice as much money, because now you're paying people for the man hours to do it. I mean, yeah, they probably did it for money, but that's how it is. About time.
Roger, Echo 419. This is Fire Team Charlie. We read you. Is that you, Fohammer?
Roger, Fire Team Charlie. Good to hear from you.
Fohammer, we need transportation to the command shuttle.
I'm on my way.
Look, more lifeboats. They're coming in fast. If those lifeboats make it down, the Covenant are going to be right on top of them.
Fohammer, we need you to disengage your Warthog. The Master Chief and I are going to see if we can save some soldiers.
Roger, Cortana. Okay, Charlie Team.
Yeah, but if they'd have used Unreal, where the game would have been a lot better, then they could have ended up making even more, pretty much just made all that money back, if not more, because then more people would have bought Andromeda and probably liked it, and enough to where they could have made DLC and gotten even more money. I just think it was just they didn't care. EA just didn't care and wanted to cut corners.
This cave is not a natural formation. Someone built it, so it must lead somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It looks pretty rocky to me.
Broadcasting tactical data on unencrypted channels.
And one of the other things I think really killed Andromeda 2
is going to use your suit's transcom.
You know how the gaming, a lot of people in the gaming community are now, is like they're not happy with anything they get, no matter how good it is. And I think that didn't help Andromeda either. Because then people, I think there were some people who just expected way too much. I mean, sure, there were going to be high expectations, but I just think some of it was just way too much overhyped, way too much expecting too much. Just pretty much expecting the game to be just as good as the last three. Yeah, with all that the exploration you could do. I mean, sure, it was a lot of copy and paste with the first one, but it was the fact that you were still able to do it. And it still added extra content, and they at least changed the texture for the most part. What I don't get is a lot of people that complain about game companies like EA. Like a lot of these same people that just complain over everything are the same people that will just keep buying their games, knowing that it's just gonna, not very good. It's like, well, you know it's gonna be bad, and you're gonna complain about it. Don't buy it. I mean, I knew Mass Effect Andromeda wasn't going to be nearly as good as the past 3, but I still pre-ordered it. But I didn't really complain, though, either, because I was still satisfied with it. Sure, there was a lot that I didn't like about it, but like I said, it's not nearly as bad as some people try to make it sound. I mean, even with the patches, sure, it still has its problems, but that's any game. My only real gripe with it is that it started off way too slow. And not that I typically mind that in storytelling, but there's such a thing as, and there was just too much of that. Oh yeah, I loved it. A lot of people hated it, but I loved it. Yeah, the one thing that I'd say probably bothered me more than the slow start was when the game first came out, there was that huge problem with the lifts. Just nothing syncing up. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you had a previous save. Yeah, I think that only happened to me once, but not because I had skirted it up too soon. It was more of
A lot more crew made it off the
just for whatever reason it glitched out.
The captain really
But it only happened to me literally that one time.
If we can
Which,
find
so obviously it
Captain
didn't
and the other
upset me.
survivors, we have
There's
a
always
chance
at least
to coordinate
one
an effective
game-breaking
resistance.
glitch. Those games. Yeah, that it got better with some of the patches, but not completely. Uh, yeah. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. That's where I think they might have done more of it, but I think there was just so much negative feedback that they just figured, well, since the majority of people don't like it, then fuck it. We're not gonna do anything with it more except for multiplayer. Yeah. That's why I'm scared, because I mean, we already know they're working on the next Dragon Age game, and that's what makes me scared for the next one. Is what's EA gonna force BioWare to do next? You know, where's EA gonna decide to make BioWare cut corners? You know, what kind of engine are they gonna force them to use? What amount of time are they gonna give them? And that kind of worries me. I really like the Dragon Age series. Yeah, the safety. Yeah, I tell you, the only thing I didn't like about Inquisition was the armor. The armor, there was just, compared to the last two, it was just not a whole lot. They pretty much all looked the same, just different colors. That was pretty much it. I didn't really like that very much. Kind of stupid. Like, don't allow me to get a piece of Grey Warden armor and say, oh yeah, this is Grey Warden armor, but then it looked like every other heavy set of armor in the game. It's like, no, that don't jive with me. No. Well, oh, you know they're not going to sell it because then competition. I mean, that's what they do. They buy out the competition, or, you know, and they either keep them under their name, or in the majority of the time they keep them for so long and then they get rid of them. And I think they'll probably keep BioWare for a little bit longer, finish up stuff that they're already working on, and then they'll probably disband them. Yeah. Yeah, cool, because it's a great game. I mean, I've never gotten to play it myself because, well, I've never had a PC to be able to do that stuff. But it just, I've watched other people play it, and they're just great games. Yeah, that was enough. Yeah, I'm still back here on the gun. The one game series I hope I never buy the company for are the ones that do Gears of War. They do some great shit. And as far as I know, no one owns them. And I'm surprised EA hasn't bought them. Yeah, Activision and Rockstar, they do pretty